Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, temperatures were definitely cool for today and really interesting overall. 43 was the high temperature in Klamath Falls, 55 in Medford, 50 for Mount Shasta City, and 52 for Brookings. The really interesting part is later on in the 7-day forecast, we're going to be looking at some of these high temperatures being low temperatures. I know I'm going to scare you with that, but we'll get there eventually. But in terms of rainfall amounts, the heaviest rain has been out towards Lakeview, where the system that affected us yesterday still slowly pushing off towards the east. And we had a little bit of some rain along the Oregon coast, but not a whole lot in the I-5 corridor, generally dry for today. Now here is some of that rain and snow out towards Lake County. It's very slowly moving from the west towards the east. We still have some widely scattered showers, nothing all that significant west of the Cascades, but they're still here and there, mostly into the higher terrain. Now that system that's giving us the rain out towards Lakeview is still off towards southeastern Oregon, pulling away, but our next cold front offshore, that'll be moving in for tonight and into tomorrow, mostly for tomorrow, but tonight's temperatures into the upper 20s, low 30s east side with generally clearing skies. We're going to be pretty cold though for the Shasta Valley. We still have that freeze warning out for the Shasta Valley for tonight. Temperatures right around freezing or below. Warmer into the Rogue Valley, temperatures right around 40 and mid 40s along the Oregon coast with some rain developing later tonight. For tomorrow, most of the rain will actually stay west of the Cascades. We could see a few showers east of the Cascades and into the Shasta Valley, but generally west of the Cascades, we'll be looking at rain with high temperatures mostly into the 50s for tomorrow, just maybe a degree or two warmer in that sense. So we still have the rain and snow east of the Cascades. That pushes off towards the east later on tonight. We'll be looking at a lot of clouds for tonight as well. And then once we get towards tomorrow morning, here's that next system pushing through our region. We'll be looking at some rain throughout the day. Nothing really all that significant or really all that heavy as well. Now once we get past the afternoon, eventually those showers will start to slowly decrease, and then we'll continue with a northwesterly flow, and we'll still probably have some showers early on Tuesday morning before we finally start to dry out. Now in terms of rainfall amounts between now and early on Tuesday, not a whole lot. Generally maybe 1/10 of an inch or less for most locations. However, the Oregon coast could pick up 1/4 of an inch or so. Now obviously that's not as much as what we were looking at, but we won't be seeing a whole lot of rain in the days to come here. So here's our snowfall amounts that we're still looking through Friday night into early on Tuesday morning. Maybe get a couple inches out towards the east side passes, but generally dry up and down I-5. But Cascades though, still looking at some decent snow. We could be looking at 4 to 10 inches, at least the greater amounts up towards Crater Lake. And most of this will be falling for tonight and into tomorrow as well. Now what we're going to be looking at is some windy conditions for the next several days, but the wind for tomorrow will be west towards the east, still gusty out east of the Cascades. Now once we get towards Tuesday, notice along the Oregon coast, those areas are starting to go from the north towards the south, northwest here, east of the Cascades. Once we get towards Wednesday, the east of the Cascades is starting to go a little bit towards the north and the east, and still pretty windy along the Oregon coast from the north. But we get to Thursday and the winds out of the east. That's a good strong offshore flow and a good indication of things to come. So we're going to have a cool air mass and cool conditions with the showers for the next couple of days. That'll push off towards the east. Warm air out in the Pacific really starts to build on in, and we're going to be looking at the first taste of summer by the end of this week. Temperatures, high temperatures will be well above average. The low temperatures will be well above average as this sets up shop right over us, pretty much peaking Friday and Saturday. And by the time we get towards Sunday, the 7-day forecast, the end of it starts to break down just a little bit more. So here's your forecast for the Oregon coast. 50s and some rain for tomorrow. Showers for Tuesday, and then drying and warming. Your warmest days along the coast, pretty much for Brookings, will be on Thursday and Friday with a bit of a Chetco effect. Northern California, 50s for the next couple of days. Some showers for tomorrow, but then it dries out, warms up for the latter part of the week. 80s beginning on Friday. Klamath Basin dry and warm for the most of the next 7 days, with the exception of tomorrow. We'll have some rain at times for tomorrow. For the Cascades, a little bit of some snow, still additional once we get towards Crater Lake. Obviously, that's where we're going to see most of the snow, but then temperatures around 70 by the end of next weekend. And the Rogue Valley will go from the 50s today and tomorrow and into Tuesday as well. Look at those lows climbing all the way into the 50s by the end of the week. Temperatures into the upper 80s. It's going to be really warm.